Hey everyone, this is Tim McDonald coming to you on behalf of Tchat and Talent Culture. Today I have one of our upcoming guests, Ashley Perez. How you doing today, Ashley?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Tim?
I am excellent. I'm so excited. This is the first time we've actually got to see each other.
Yes.
We've talked on Twitter quite a bit and exchanged emails, but the first time we get to actually talk in person. So this is, well, in person online, what's the difference, right? It's one and the same almost today. So we are so excited because coming up soon, you're going to be our guest on Tchat Radio on Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then also our guest moderator for Tchat Twitter Chat on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time when we are talking about the no-label workplace. And so I'm really excited about that. But before we jump into me asking you a question about that, why don't you just tell us a little bit about who you are and where you work?
Okay, so I am a sourcing specialist or a talent acquisition specialist for Wilson HCG. We're an RPO, so we specialize in finding talent for our clients. And on top of that, I also do some brand ambassador roles for Wilson HCG, as well as for Tchat. So I'm pretty excited to actually be on the other side of the chat this week, rather than just a participant.
Okay, so now you're talking to somebody that doesn't come out of the HR and recruiting industry, so you just threw out a couple, acronyms that I have no idea what they mean. So can you describe what an RPO is for me, because many people might not know what that is?
It's a recruiting process outsourcing. So it's like outsourcing some business solutions, but specifically for finding talent and employees for your company. So I like to explain it as being an extra extension of a company's recruiting department. So I work specifically with one client. I understand their company. I know what their culture is. I know the background of it. So I know what to look for their candidates, and I can also explain the company and the role to the candidates properly. So I just feel like it's a really good partnership with my clients, and I feel like I can make the candidate experience just a lot better.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you for explaining that. Now I have a much better understanding. So, we're talking about the no-label workplace and why that's so important. But I guess let's just start there. I know we're going to dive into this, next week with the Blog Talk Radio and the Twitter chat. But if you could just give me, like one thought or kind of expand on that one question a little bit, is why those labels are so important not to have in the workforce.
Well, I mean, it's almost like any sort of situation that deals with diversity or discrimination, I guess. Maybe not so crazy as certain things, but, the stereotypes do affect the people that are being stereotyped. Myself, I'm in Gen Y, and a lot of the times when I have conversations with people, like through the networking events and things along those lines, I specifically won't tell them my age or give them any sort of hint, because I want to eliminate any of those stereotypes so they hear what I'm saying and vice versa. Like, I want to collaborate, I want to learn, and vice versa, and I don't want them to have that mentality about me just straight off the bat without learning who I am. And I think a lot of people in that generation feel that way, and it's just important to try to limit that so you don't miss out on any great opportunities.
And so you just named one, and because when I say no labels, right, and you just said Gen Y, I mean, what are some of these other ones that we're hearing out in the marketplace that we really should be, getting into the discussion of not using in the future?
Well, I mean, Gen Y is fine to use. It's so much the stereotypes that go with it. Some of the ones that I normally hear about our generation is that we're lazy, we're entitled, we need that constant praise or feedback, or we need that instant gratification. And I mean, some of those things, obviously they're stereotypes for a reason. I'm sure people have run into it, but that's not necessarily the case. And I feel like a lot of Gen Y who are graduating school or entering the workforce run into these obstacles because of the mentality that's thought of them. So that's kind of the issue that we're running into, and something that John and I want to bring to others' attention, just because I work in a company with people who are in Gen Y, and they're the most amazing people I think I've ever worked with. So.
Well, I think this is going to be a great conversation. I think we're going to have a lot of different varying viewpoints on it, and a lot of people coming from different perspectives within these different age groups, I think, and with the different labels that they're all used to hearing. So, so we will look forward to seeing you coming up soon. But tell us, in the meantime, how can people get in touch with Ashley?
Sure. So they can find me on LinkedIn. I go by Ashley Lauren Perez. Also on Twitter, my hashtag is #AshLaurenPerez. So they can connect with me that way. And I also have my contact information on ashleylaurenperez.com, which is the social HR connection blog that I write.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Ashley. And again, we look forward to seeing you both on the Blog Talk Tchat radio show next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and on the Tchat Twitter chat on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.